Hello, my name is Trydar. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a Roman vineyard in Minecraft. Let's get started. So today's tutorial is going to be a bit of a different one. As you notice, I'm not on a flat world today. We are in fact on the Atheon SMP server at my base. And I picked out a plot of land over there and cleared it out so we can build a suitable vineyard in that area. Let me get a little altitude. There we go. This is going to be our vineyard area that we are going to be constructing in today. As you notice, there's no vineyard there yet. Down here is going to be an olive grove. We're going to do that in a future video. But for today, we are going to be doing the vineyard. And I'm calling it a Roman vineyard. I mean, it could be any type of design for a vineyard. Let's land without killing myself. There we go. In this area, we are going to be doing our vineyard. I've been thinking about how to do it. As you can see, there's nothing here, which means I haven't built anything yet. So it's going to be kind of a different sort of tutorial because I don't have anything pre-planned for you. That's why we don't have a materials list with numbers on it, because I have no idea. I haven't built it yet. But this is going to be sort of more of a thought process type of tutorial, where I go through and show you not just the blocks, but, kind of what I'm thinking while I do it. And as you'll notice, I'm also in survival, so this is going to be our first live survival tutorial. I don't know if there'll be others or not. We're going to have to see how this goes. But before we do get started, I think you're probably going to want a closer look here at the field for the vineyard itself. Now, I've chosen just a rectilinear space for this, but of course, the design I want to show you today, I think, is going to be modular, which means you can expand and contract it to fit your particular space. But I have put a boundary wall around our vineyard. As you can see, it's just made of simple stuff. We got cobblestone there on the bottom layer. Then we've got post of tuff with, what is that, andesite slabs on it, smooth andesite. And then we've got, the andesite walls and the diorite walls in increments of 3, pretty much. You can expand and contract this. We had to squish it in the corner over there down to 2 segments of 2. But if you want to have like a segment of 5 or something, you can do that. 4 gates, just to make things more interesting. I've pre-built the gates here. As you can see, this is just the Corinthian columns from the Orders of Architecture tutorial. Right here, a bit of a different design, somewhat reminiscent of Hadrian's Villa at Tivoli, with the single arch there. I did add some decorative finials on top, though. And here we just have 2 columns and a single arch over here as well for a gateway. Now, because I know some of you are going to type the comment, yes, we are going to take a full look at my base someday. I've been kind of holding off on this for well, quite a while, more like a year and a half. And the reason is because I wanted to have actually something to show you, and doing anything in survival takes, absolutely ages. But most of the buildings around here you probably already recognized. You got a good look at it from the air, but there's stuff underground and everything. But we'll be taking a look off at all that stuff in the future. But most of these things are already pre-existing tutorials. Like, this is a small Roman temple. We've got a Doric temple. Back there are some statues and everything. The only thing you haven't seen yet is the main house, of course. Here's my base. The second thing I built here, the first thing was the Roman nether portal over there, of course. But we'll take a look at all that in due course. Not in this video, though. For today, I think we should get started with the tutorial itself. So I've prepared some materials over here. So what I'm going to be using, I want to use a lot of spruce. And then I've got some trapdoors and some buttons in case I want to add detail. Maybe some planks, and I'm going to need that for scaffolding. And maybe some oak wood. And I think this is going to be probably for the grapevines themselves. And speaking of that, since we're going to need some leaves, I don't know what kind of leaves I'm going to need. So I picked out some of my favorites: oak, jungle, mangrove. We'll have to see. I'm kind of partial. The mangrove might look pretty good for this. We'll have to see. Maybe the jungle. I think I want to try the mangrove, though. Not the mangrove wood. That's far too too much of a pain to farm. But anyway, for the grapes, since we don't actually have grapes, but we do have glowberries. Uh-huh. And I was thinking um, maybe for accents for like wine clusters, since we do need to have something purple. I was thinking maybe some purple concrete, or maybe some of this crimson hyphae, or perhaps some netherwort. We'll have to see. I was even briefly thinking purple glazed terracotta, but I don't know if that's going to work. And we'll have some fences here for maybe some stems. We'll have to see how that's going to work. Because if I go over this way, I don't really want to spend a rocket just to go here, so I'll just walk around for a bit. We'll just take a look at my back porch because it has glowberries on it already, hanging down here. I want to do something similar for the grapevines, but hang more of these because I think these would make a nice effect. Because we would have like little clusters of grapes hanging down here for the glowberries. We're gonna give it a shot anyway. So let's go back over here. I think the first thing we need to build though is the trellis for the grapevines. Or actually we might need to... I think we might be okay. It's torched up and walled in. Ought to be safe. We are in survival after all, so life is on the line here. This darkness in Minecraft means trouble. This is going to be more of a rambly tutorial, by the way. Since none of it's been done yet. I suppose mobs could come out of that way. Let's just pick up all this stuff and close the door. All right, what's in here? Okay, let's put down the other stuff. I don't think I need the elytra now. Let's put that away. And put down, actually, this is the wrong place. Let's put it down over here because I think I want to start over here for the trellis. Because our grapes, they need a place to grow and they have to grow on a trellis. Let me see. Okay. One of these boxes had spare stuff in it, yes, in case I need some cobble or some rockets. The trellis. Let's see. The trellis is going to be made out of spruce with, I think, some trap doors for accents. So I'll get some of that. And hope you're enjoying the night sky. We don't usually get to see this in my tutorials because I always freeze the day, but we're on a server, so we can't freeze the day-night cycle. We'd have other people currently on to consider. They did ask me not to sleep, so we're just gonna have to bear it for a while. It's really, really pretty though. This is Optifine with the Dramatic Skies texture pack. And my own additions for the sun and the moon. I actually added 8 different moons, just so I can have a different one rise in the sky every night. Maybe we'll get to see some of those during the course of the tutorial. Not sure how long this is going to be. I want to cram this all into one part, but this may be quite a long video because survival. But I do really like the night sky. This is so much better than the default Minecraft sky, I think. Has me in mind to do, I kind of want to do an observatory building someday. I don't know if it's going to be like a Roman style or maybe futuristic or something. I want to put, but I do want to put like an observatory on a mountain around here somewhere. We're currently in a mountain valley, by the way. I call this the Misty Valley because, survival servers, everything gets quite misty after several chunks. Anyway, I'm babbling. So the first thing we want to build is our trellis, and it's pretty dark over here. So I think for that, I think I want to start back here. And let's see. I think I want to maybe space it out with 3. Wonder how many that's going to let us fit in there. Oh, I see a zombie. I see a zombie. That's, yeah, oh, I missed. Well, he's behind the wall. He can't get us. Just pretend you didn't see how horrible I was at the bow shot there. I can get that skeleton, though. There we are. Oh, he's a tough one. Come on. There we are. Anyway, I should put some more torches back there, probably. So, we want to make a grapevine trellis. And I think we're going to go up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm just going to fall off and take some damage. Then for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I want to do a beam across this way. And then drop down again and take some more damage. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think that's going to give us a 6-block spacing. Down here, I think what we're going to do is going to build several of these in a row. And then we're going to kind of do like a garland and have our grapevine going up and down like so. But on top of this, I want to have some detailing of some trapdoors, I think. And I want to have some trapdoors on the top here as well. And let's see, can I, oops. Break that, move that down. Okay, I want to have that on 3 sides. Can I do this if I crouch without scaffolding? Oh, well, not if you place 2 on top of each other, dummy. There we go. Let's break that one and move those down. All right. Will you go away? No, we got him. No, I'm not going over there to pick that stuff up. So let's remove our scaffolding. Now, I know there is a scaffolding block in the game, but I've been using dirt blocks for so long, I just can't get the hang of scaffolding. All right, so that's going to be our first trellis. I think maybe 5 blocks apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we might want to not put a trapdoor down there. We want to put spruce down there. Or maybe another one of these. Let's go ahead and count out, though, before we start building too much and see how much space we're going to have. 1, 2, torch back, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 here. And then I think because this is an entrance here, I think I might want to make this one a little bit short. Because I'm thinking maybe over here I may want to have a little booth or something. Just a little pavilion to maybe, I don't know, maybe we can store our wine barrels under there or something. I'll have to think about that. So let's count over 3. Right there, 1, 2, 3. Just for curiosity's sake, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a little bit closer for... How many blocks did I start off over here? Okay, yeah, I would really want to scoot this thing over a block for all the rest of them, I think. Let's think about this. If we came in through here, We could have, well, that would work out decently well. We could have a bit on that side and a bit on this other side. Although I think we probably can just extend it straight across because we do have quite a lot of space underneath here to walk under. So I might nix the idea of the booth instead. Pick up all my torches here. Now I've counted everything out because you can see that, of course, you know, Minecraft, we're really off by 1 block from where we want to be. So, since we are off by 1, let's place that there. Let's go ahead and place the foundations for the rest of these. And, oh, the sun's come up. And we'll move that here. It's one of the reasons I've never done a survival tutorial before. Because everything is going to take so much longer than me just showing you phases that I've already completed. And I don't know if we're going to do the entire vineyard. I mean, I'm going to show you several of these, I think. And then maybe I'll you know, I'll do a little building off camera, and I'll fill in the vineyard, or I might just save that for the base tour, because I'm thinking about doing that for the 20,000 subscriber special, since that number is coming up, and round numbers, it's a good excuse to do a base tour, I think. So we have that to look forward to. So everything we did when we first started has to be broken. I mean, of course it does. And all of the trapdoors, which I can just barely reach. And there we are. Did I pick up all those? Yeah, 64. That's what we started with. Okay, so this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then roof over this way. Trap door. Crouch down so we can lean over to place these trap doors. Really missing creative right now. So let's lower our doors. And then randomly fall. Gracefully fall. That was a very graceful fall. Uh-oh. There's trouble back there. Yeah. Flame damage gonna kill him? No. Of course it's not. Well, we have an angry creeper out there. That's okay, we're behind a wall. One of the reasons I walled this off. You don't have to add this wall to your vineyard, by the way. You don't have to make it a particular size either. Like if you want to do, let's go ahead and build the rest of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's, there. But like with any, like with my other buildings, oh, goodness, will that, okay, as long as it folds up. But like with a lot of my other buildings, this is of course going to be modular, meaning that you can expand this to any size vineyard you want. You don't have to only have the specific lengths I'm showing you here. Let's fall down. let's see how that's going to look. Well, you know, I think that might be a little close, actually. I think if I was going to be designing this, I would want them to be farther apart than that. Because I want the grapevine boughs to have a little bit of sag to them. I think they'll look better that way. So that means that we really, maybe we just remove that one there. And maybe make the trellis a more variable length. Like right there, instead of trying to math it out. That might be more helpful as a tutorial, because we can fit these to various shapes and sizes. I don't know, that there might almost be a little bit too long. For that, we would need to figure out what kind of stem we're going to have. We can't start hanging the berries or the leaves for a while. We have to start with the stems. So I'm going to make the stems out of these oak wood bark blocks, just because we need a contrast with the spruce. But spruce is like my favorite wood, and I think it works well for a vineyard. You can use any type of wood you want to, though, for this. So that's definitely going to be too narrow for that. So we have to break everything I just placed. Because of course we do. So, survival tutorial. Well, it's more of a live design session than a tutorial. It's got features of a tutorial, but we're also doing my design process. And the design process, you don't get everything right the first time. You place things, then you step back and you look at it. And I do quite a lot of looking at things. Actually, it's probably about half the time I spend building things. Because as you can see, when we look back at it, we can kind of imagine where the second one's going to be over here, and how to string the bough between those. I think I want to do. Let's go ahead and build this one over here, because these end caps are going to be the same. Actually, I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't shove all this all the way into the corner. Because I'm kind of thinking all the way over here is going to be too long, actually. So if I move that there, and then I move the others, say have it stop there, I'm really liking that for a length. I think that'll give us a good sag with the vine, which means we're going to need to move these back here. I do want to try and maintain some kind of symmetry with this. Where did I place these on? Okay. So for that, those there. That's kind of a little, I mean, it's still a decent length. It almost leaves too much space between them, though. So I was thinking about separating these, but now I'm not entirely sure. What would be an equidistant thing for those? Let me see. Would there even be one? Let's do some measuring. Actually, let's have some food. Ah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Uh-huh. So if I take 2 off of that one, we can... Well, that's what? 3 nines? That seems like a good distance. I think I'm happy with that. Alright, so let's pick up all our torches. No red carpet to count on this one. So I wanted to move this over there, and that will collide with the, Well, what if we move it back here? Instead of shoving that one into the corner, it would save me from having to rebuild that back there a third time. I quite like that idea. And I don't think a block, the distance will matter that much. Pick up our wood. Make sure we don't lose any. So that would mean this gets, no, that needs to be moved here. All right there. Yep. This is normally stuff I would do in a creative world completely off camera. You would never hear me rambling about spacing of things, but you know. Survival. Oh, the sun's going down. I really like when the sun goes down in this texture pack. You get a nice, well, we kind of missed it, but there's a nice orangey glow over there on the horizon. You can kind of see some of it on the mountain. We're going to see another moon come up in a minute. So I think I got the spacing right on that. Let me try and count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So I think 9 is the spacing we're going to go with. That fills up this particular width of vineyard pretty good. We could do the vineyard lengthways, but we could get in comparatively fewer modules that way. I think it'll look better if we do them this way. But of course, if you have a really large area or a different type area, you can of course reconfigure your spacing here, just like I've done. Just like I said, you don't want to get it too close. But I think 9 blocks is a good, I think it's going to be a good place for us to do. Now there's our second moon. Kind of looks a little bit like Venus or a very pale gray Jupiter. And never mind the fact that we can actually see stars in front of the moon. That's just, that's just how Minecraft texture packs work. Kind of breaks the illusion just a little bit, but it's still very pretty. It's one of my favorite moon textures. These are from a really old game that I ripped out from the CD of the Outpost game. It came out by Sierra in like 1993. I don't know. It was an absolutely ancient game, but as it was really old, it didn't have any protections on it, so I could just look at the files and rip out the images. I did that because it's inspiration for building things. It was a space-themed game. It's kind of fun, but extremely dated. And never quite finished. Well, never mind. We're playing Minecraft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ouch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. Obviously not. That was obviously 8. Let's bridge over here. While we're up here, let's go and put up here our trap doors. All right, and close our doors. And, oh, we have some unwanted attention. There we go. All right, let's drop down here. Those look like they're the same height. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I'm quite happy with that for a trellis. So let's go ahead and build the other two, and then we'll talk about what we want to do for the grapevine. Oh. Oh. Gonna hit the well. He can't get in. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait a minute. I thought you couldn't get in. How did he get in? Oh, I left the door open. That's not very safe. Let's check the other door down here too. Is it open? Nope, it's closed. Come right on in, why don't you, Mr. Zombie? Fortunately, we were safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's wait. That doesn't look like. That looks like 4 blocks. Did I place this in the wrong? One of these is placed wrong. Oh dear, that one's placed wrong. That's 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Yeah, okay, I didn't. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's put on our trap doors. Crouch down. And I think that one's in the wrong place. You know, you would think after 10 years I could place a trap door in the right place without any difficulty, but no. I still constantly misclick the wrong places for things. Usually I'm getting creative, building and something, so it doesn't particularly matter, but you know, it's a pain in survival. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're out. 7. Okay. Now let's try and place the trap doors in the right places. And I'm being blocked. Lean over this way. There we go. There we go. All right. Now that we've got our trellis in place, the next thing we want to do is, of course, you know, vines grow on trellises. So we want to plant it somewhere down there, have it kind of twist up around here. And then we would have the vine just, you know, form a gentle bow as it goes through there. So then we need to, what, I think, well, we're not going to use more than a stack for this, for the first one. The sun already coming up? Yep. It's already daybreak. I just want to pause here for a moment. Kind of give you the effect. It can be quite magical. That's why I really like whoever did the Dramatic Skies pack. Look at that. We have the sun coming up right with that arch there in the distance. With the golden dawn and everything. I'm not really a morning person, but this is just magical. You can, you know, skip ahead if you want to. I know, some of you are probably saying, Trydar, just get on with the tutorial. We will, in due course. We've got to stop and enjoy the things at times, though. We don't need to just rush from one build to the other. I think I see the sun rising off. I think behind the tree over there. Can kind of see some rays. But that's enough of that. So let's just continue on before everyone stops watching and unsubscribes. Let's plant our vine like here. And then I think we want to have it, you know, we want to have it curl up around the tree a bit. Let's see. That's going to be the wrong place. For that, we want to have, I think we should have started from the top down on this, or I wound it that way. So we want to have our first block of the, where's the dirt? Let's see. I don't think I need the pick here at the moment. So we want to have our first blocks of our grapevine bough right on top of here. And then we want to have, let's see, let's do a little like that there. Let's start from the other one over here. And then do, it doesn't have to be a mirror image. So let's just start with the mirror on that. Okay. So we want to have our grapevine, you know, sag a little bit. Just like so, because it's hanging in between the two trellis supports. And, oh, I missed a little wood. But for this, let's see. We now need to kind of, let's pillar up back here. We need to have our, that's too high. We need to have our vine go down into the ground. Because, you know, plants, they need dirt. So we want to, let's try and wind it. Use the right block dummy. So let's try and wind it back around here. And then put it into the ground. And then let's add just, you know, a few extra blocks here and there. So it looks like we have a big woody vine just, you know, growing out of the ground here. And then it winds up our little pole, and then it sags in between this one. And then we want to make another one over here. Let's see. Can I reach? No. Nope, of course I can't. In Minecraft, there's always just one block out of reach there. All right, and then we could mirror our design here if we just wanted something simple. But it is an organic shape. So I think we should try and introduce some asymmetry into it. Here and there. In fact, I think I like that design for this one over here, actually. And we will put the taller one yeah. Let's see, how do I make that match? I'm going to put this block here. I don't want to have another block there. I need to remove the one above it. And then, oh, for goodness sake. Come on. And chop out that one there. Yeah, there we go. So you can see now the reason I quibbled over the spacing when we were starting with, because we need to have some little sag. Because this is a highly organic build that we're doing. You know, it was literally organic. So we need to have it, you know, have an organic type of shape to it. Be a bit irregular. I think maybe in the middle it makes sense that the vine would be a little more tight. Maybe it doesn't. Then we'll leave that one like that. Leave that little block there. And let's of course do another bow right here for this last one. Let's not fall off. There we are. And let's do something like that there. And maybe something like that there. Yeah, that looks irregular enough. I can get the word out. Let's see. I think we want to have our vine also wrapping down back over on this side here too. So I want to place a block there, and then one there. And then just have it wrapped down over there as well, and have that side planted too. That looks all right. I'm happy with that. So the next thing we need to do is, what? Well, I'm pretty sure we can't plant the glowberries on the, well, we almost used a stack actually. Are we going to have enough? Well, I have enough for 4 more. Not going to have enough materials to do the whole vineyard today. But we do need to do, I think I want to do this one and then we'll do another one. And then that might be all we can do. Let's see. So I'm pretty sure we can't plant glowberries on the underside of leaves, right? Let's just go over here and check that. Get closer to a tree. There we go. Well, I'm clicking and nothing's happening, so I'm assuming no, but I know we can do it on the underside of the wood. Which is why we needed to plant, let's make sure we keep the zombies out this time. We do need to plant them, there we go. But for this, I think, I don't have my shears. We'll just break that then. I think we got enough glowberries. We do want to have them be a little bit more irregular. We don't just want to have them be in a line, which means I'm going to need some more wood for this here. Like I may have overbuilt the trapdoors a bit. Unless I have those buttons there, we could add some more detail down here at the bottom. I wonder what would some... Are these spruce buttons or oak? Oops. Might need that. Yeah. How much does that blend down with the tree trunks? Well, that's a pretty good contrast. I don't know that we especially need to do that. It seems a little superfluous. It might just be extra detail for detail's sake. Maybe it shouldn't be too detailed because you know, we have to fill up this whole vineyard, so it's, whoa. I see you. How did you... No, let's not place buttons down. I obviously need to put a couple of torches over here. Skeletons are not welcome in this tutorial. Guess there was enough low light over there that he could spawn. So... What was I doing? Right. I think that we want to place... Let's try and get the placement of our glowberries. So we just have a line here of the boughs. And while we could do that, since we can't hang things on leaves, I think that we should have some projections coming off of our vine. Just you know, hither and thither. And we can place berries on those. And then some on these. And up there, and then here. So that'll give us, you know, they won't just all be in a line. Oh, one's already growing. I don't know if they'll entirely grow. Oh, we have a third moon to look at. I really like this moon as well. It kind of reminds me a bit of maybe some of Saturn's icy moons. Maybe just a little bit like Europa. But it's got a bit more of a yellow tinge to it. And some interesting dark mare there. Really makes you wonder. Actually, it kind of looks like Endstone. Yeah, I suppose you could imagine that that's the end floating up there. I hadn't thought about that before. That's a cool thought. Although the end isn't, it's the end is more like an asteroid belt, really, than an entire moon. Although I would prefer if the end wasn't just all those islands, if it was like, just big flat plain or something with maybe some more varied biomes. Maybe one of these days we'll get an end update. I mean, like, another end update. It'll actually do something with it. Oh, well. Back to the tutorial. Never mind the squirrel. So let's put some little wooden little projections here. Like, let's space them out. Just, every other block. Let's not just do too many of these. And then put down our vines like so there. Yeah, that'll be good. I'm quite liking that. Quite liking that indeed. Let's see. So let's place another one here. Then on the other side over there. Then here. Just every other side, place one of these little projections. And let's place another one there. Just to, break up the pattern a bit. Like so. And I can probably get away with one right there. All right. The hunger bar is ticking down and distracting me. Let's have some food. All right. That looks pretty good. What I can see of it anyway. In the dead of night. Nothing sneaking up behind me, is there? Okay. Usually this would typically be the point in the tutorial where the creeper would kill me, but that hasn't happened yet. Hopefully it won't happen. The zombie already had a good shot at it, though. Oh, we already have some glowberries. That's another thing why I chose glowberries for this, is because it's self-illuminating, which means that if you build a big field full of these and it's glowberries, you have a pretty good chance that you won't need any torches at all down here. Like as we go, like these torches here, we can pick them all up as we build each individual module of these. And just have an empty field and everything. Of course, they all are going to grow down to the ground, like so. Which some of them we do want to do that. For the others, though, I think what we really want to do is to have them be staggered. I'm pretty sure that if you cut them with shears, you can do that. I've done that before with my back patio here. Let's go take a look at that. Unless they've just all grown back down and have completely ignored. Yeah, like you see back here how we have these staggered. You can also, like if you have one of these that grows all the way down, like this one here, it's only got one glowberry there. If you broke everything below that and let it grow down again, it has a chance of spawning more glowberries. That's why we'll have like a strand here that has like 3 berries in it. I think you would want to do that to your vineyard. So you could have, just glowberries here and there. That's not particularly important. It's just, one of those little fastidious details you might think about doing. Close the door, keep out the zombies. But like for this one here, it's grown down 3 blocks and produced no glowberries. So I would break this here and like break some of the other ones too that have already grown down to 2 without having a glowberry in them. Because we really want these to produce glowberries. And they're only going to do that if we keep breaking them until they do. So let's go ahead and do that just while we're here. Just break them back down to 1. We're just going to leave that one there for the sake of the tutorial. No, we're not done because we have all these leaf blocks. And I was going to show something here. I'll just do it with the purple glazed terracotta and the trap doors. This is going to be like a mini tutorial. Like if you want to have some wine that you've harvested from your vineyard, and you want to make something like a wine barrel, you can put a block of perhaps something purple down, and then you can then you can be a smart person and make the trap doors on the side of the block where they ought to be, and then just turn them all down here, and then we've got a little barrel here full of wine. Well, you know, you can pretend it's wine anyway. What do I need to break this? But if we wanted to use some other block, perhaps you want something a bit different, we could use the purple concrete. That's a nice good wine color. Or if we wanted something with a little bit more kick to it, we can use the netherwort. Although the netherwort, this to me looks more like a barrel of fruit than a barrel of... What do I need to break this with? Yeah. And there's also the option of using the crimson hyphae block, just the stems. That looks quite nice. Quite nice indeed. But anyway, let's I just wanted to mention that as an aside. It seemed like a good point in the tutorial to stop and do that. Let's see. So the next thing I want to add is going to be the leaves. And I was really thinking, let's get all the types of leaves here that I've got on hand, and just see what they're going to look like. Because we want something that's going to match these vine leaves pretty good. So there's the oak. They're just a little too dark. Try the jungle. That was the jungle, right? No, that's the mangrove. Well, they're about to just dark too. Huh. This is also going to be biome dependent too. Like we are in F3. What are we in? We're in a forest biome right now, so things are going to be a little bit darker. Perhaps if you're doing this in a plains biome, they'd be a lot more pale. I wouldn't recommend doing a desert biome for anything. Let's try some jungle. Kinda like in the jungle. So one of these times we need to step back and stare for a bit. I think if we were in a plains biome, the mangrove might look quite nice. I don't think the oak looks good here. The jungle leaves are a bit more reminiscent of the leaves that are hanging down on the vines here, though. I think we're going to go with jungle. Yeah. Jungle leaves it is. So let's put back what we don't need. And we need to not be confused about the leaf type. There we go. So let's get 3 stacks. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the jungle leaves all the way around our wooden stems. Let's see, how do we want to do that? Well, we do need to place them on top. So, where's my dirt? Right there. All right. Now let's crawl up here. And on top of our stems at various and sundry places, we want to randomly place our leaf blocks. I think for the first thing, we want to place them directly on top of all the oak. So let's do that. This is this part is more of an art form than a particular design, because you know it's organic. Means it's not going to. Doesn't have to be perfect. Organic builds are a good excuse if you ever just want to throw down blocks and not think about them too much. Let's see, I want to place some here. And then I guess like maybe one down over there. Down below there. Try not to fall off. I can probably place them from below at this point though. Yeah, let's do that. Where's my dirt? Let's go back over here. All right, let's back up, see how that looks. That's going to look pretty good. All right, the next layer we want to add is, of course, ones on the side. And we don't want to necessarily do it on every block. Every block below here, though, that we didn't place a glowberry, we want to go around and place, I think, a leaf block on the underside here. Just like so. There we go, that's starting to look good. Have these seriously only produced one glowberry so far? Let's break some of these back. Come on now. Make a good show for the audience here. They want to see more than one glowberry on this. And I'm going to need that anyway for the thumbnail screenshot I'm going to have to take of this later too. Which, since I'm doing this live on a server, it means I don't have this on a separate world to make a nice rendered thing, so we're going to have to do a screenshot. Oh, we have another one. Yay. Thank you for cooperating. Let's see. So we put them all on the top and below, so we need to kind of, we don't want to completely cover over our oak vine stem here with leaves, but we do want to mostly cover it over. So let's kind of do that there. Maybe have a leaf block hanging down here and there. for that. Maybe another one there would be pretty good. Well, no, that makes that a little bit too flat. Yeah, that looks all right. Now let's tack one on there and here. Perhaps there. Then here and there and there. And then what, up there, there, and maybe there. And I think I kind of like to have one up there. Yep, that's looking all right. Let's keep going. Let's tack one on there and here and there and maybe there, there and there, and right there. Maybe hang that one down by one. That looks all right. Now let's do the other side of that. Same kind of process. I can, nope, oh, that was the wrong place. Come on, there we go. And what, maybe one right there, and there, and there. Here, maybe another one there, here, and there. That looks all right. And not do it here. No. Well, yeah. I think we can get away with a couple there. And then here, up there, right there. Maybe another one here. And they're definitely not there. Or there either. Let's have... there we go. And then I think we want to have a couple more hanging down. For our stem as it goes off to be planted into the ground. We didn't do that over here. Let's go back and maybe we tack one there. We've used 2 stacks of leaves. I'm definitely not going to have enough leaves to do the entire vineyard today. But I think you get the idea with the process. Maybe let's throw another leaf there. Kind of in the corner here, so it's hard to find a place. Well, that's probably good enough. Maybe we'll tack one there. That ought to be good enough. All right, now I want to kind of take a look at the top. And we're just going to pillar up because I'm too cheap to use a rocket. And we can't look at it when we're flying around long anyway. That doesn't look so bad. It was nighttime again. Now we have another moon. Okay, well, I know I've said I really like all the moons, but this is probably my favorite moon, actually. Well, I don't know. It's definitely up there. This is sort of an icy moon. You can see here we've got the ices down there. I guess they've slid down into the canyons or the crevices on that moon. But it's kind of got like a very black type of rock color to it. It sort of reminds me of Saturn's moon Iapetus, that has sort of the two-tone coloring going on. It's kind of like that, except it's not quite as dramatic. It's also not shaped like a walnut either, so it's, you know. But it's definitely one of my favorite moons. It'd be a nice place to build an icy moon, have an icy moon base. Now, we've already been to Mars, though, because you've seen the... or maybe you've downloaded and visited the the Mars map I released a while back. That looks pretty good from the top. I don't think I'm displeased with. Well, there are a couple of places there that could benefit from some leaves. So let's go down and add those. All right, let's we're up here. Yeah, we should have done that when we were up here the first time. All right, that looks pretty good. Now, to my recollection, nothing can spawn on trapdoors and leaves up here, so that should be quite safe. I don't know if the glowberry light will reach up there or not. I would like to have some more glowberries, please. Let's break some more of these vines. Well, I've got another one here. And see if we can encourage some to grow back and give us a bit more light. Nothing's worse than a fully planted and well manicured vineyard that hasn't produced any fruit. That's like the worst kind of vineyard ever. You know, but what more can I do for my vineyard? As you can see here, it has a hedge around it, and I've dug and tilled it and taken good care of it. So I'm looking for it to bring forth good fruit. Let's see. So that's pretty much the design process that I've gone through. I'm quite happy with that, how this has come out actually. Especially for a live build that I've been thinking about doing this for like a month or two. Definitely for the last month, pretty hard. And I've only lately cleared out the space here for it. But as you can see, we don't have enough materials to do the entire thing. There'd be like I don't know how long that video would take. But now that we've gotten one built, we do want to place another one beside it. And there are some considerations to take into... Well, there are some things to take into consideration on that. Which means, how far do we space these apart from each other? Because we've already got the module here. So do we go like another 3 blocks and just place another one? I mean, that would, you know, it'll let us walk between them. We don't have any overhanging blocks, so we would have enough gap for that. Let's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And, oh. We have an audience. Oh, goodness sake, that's a baby zombie. I'm glad I'm up here. How did you get in here? I just hate baby zombies. They're like the worst kind of zombie. Come on. Seriously, how did that baby zombie get in here? Where did you come from? Another one. Make a tutorial in survival. It's easy, they said. All right, on with the show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then while we're up here, let's place down our trap doors before we hop off. And then let's see what this spacing is going to look like from below. Ouch. All right. I think that's going to look pretty good. It's going to give us a decently decently thick vineyard without being too overgrown. We don't want to have it be, you know, just too thick and tangled, but we do want to have it be a nice medium density. Now it's going to make spacing all the rest of this out easier. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can baby zombies crawl over fence gates? I wouldn't think so. I really wonder where that thing came from. We'll never know. 1, 2, 3. As long as it was dead. Fortunately, I was on the pillar. We've gotten really lucky with the zombies in this. With me being on the pillar. Uh-oh. Okay. So we're going to have to make this one just a little bit shorter. Because we're running into our gateway over here. I'm not going to overwrite the Corinthian details with the vineyard. But like if you, since we have a rectangle space here, but if you do have an irregular space, you can of course adjust the spacing. Like if you squish these in, you know, a block or two, you could probably get it down to 7 and it would look okay. Or you could stretch it back out from 9 width here in the middle. You could stretch it back out to 11 and I think it'd probably look all right too. But somewhere between 7 and 11 is what I think I would go with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's go ahead and build these, and I will do one more complete one when we have enough materials for that. And then I don't think there'll be too much, wrong place. I don't think there'll be too much benefit in me doing the rest of it because it's going to just be a lot of repetition. But once you have the design down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, you will be able to bang these out quite a bit quicker than we have with the initial design process. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Because you will have had the benefit of watching all this. Hopefully, you watched all of it, and you got to this point here through my babbling about various things. And we'll try and make this one, it won't be a copy of that one, you know, organic shapes. We want to make this one just a little bit different. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But not when it comes to the trellis. The trellis design is going to be the same. 3. Oh, man, I am out of spruce. Well, that's survival for you. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, place our doors. Just like so. There we are. So we have another complete trellis built. Now all we need to do is put the is hang the grapevine from it. What did we do for that? We need oak. So I think we're done with the spruce. We need oak wood. I think didn't we use just about a stack of that? Let's see. Where is that? There we are. That's that'll be plenty. And while we're here, let's go ahead and grab some more jungle leaves. We used quite a few. Well, we used what? 2 and a bit of stacks on that one. So you're gonna need quite a lot of jungle leaves, but you know, they're really easy to come by. Just find your nearest jungle and get your shears and go to town. I would really like some more glowberries on these, please. Okay, well, there's one. It's making progress. You actually have to going to come into your vineyard and prune it from time to time if you want to have, if you want to have a pleasing amount of glowberries in it. Maybe they'll cooperate better for you than they are for me. So we want to have our boughs hanging down. So I think now that I built one of those, we can just we can rough that out right there. And then we want to have them hang down, not that much. Maybe like that there for one. And then here for the next one. I didn't just copy that, did I? Yeah, that's the same one. Okay, let's make it different. So let's just do that. There we are. It looks all right. Let's build the third one here. Now that I've done one of these, you can see that there's not a whole bunch of exposition to do. Because I know what the pattern is going to be. All right, there, that looks all right. And now I believe what we want to do is come along and place, let me see, we want to have the stem now winding down into the ground. We can place another one there. Just like that. Let's pick up some of our torches that we used to count with. There's a stem on that end, and we want to have the other one back over here, although I'm being a little bit blocked. Yeah, looks all right. Now we need to pillar up. We need to get on top of this. Let's finish the stem by adding this block here. At least we can walk on it now. Makes things easier. Like so. Now that we're up here, we can go ahead and place the top layer of leaves. Well, no, we can't. I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to finish the stem. We need to go and put these projections on either side of the stems. And there we go. And they don't have to have, they can either have one block or no block spacing between them. It just depends on what you want to do. Now that that's done, though, let's take the glowberries. Come back along here. Just kind of randomly, but also not randomly place them. It's okay if we want to have some hanging right beside each other. It's an organic shape, you know, there should be quite a bit of randomness to it. I think I can... a few more back there, and let's go back over here. And maybe drop a couple there too. All right, now we're ready for the leaf blocks on the top. So let's grab my dirt. And have some food. And let's see. And now we want the leaves. I think all we're going to have left to do on this is going to be the leaves. So for the first thing on those, we want to do, I think, the top layer first. And we can maybe hit some from the side here. So on top here, every place that you can place a leaf, place one. Alright, let's try and hang some off the side here. Can I reach down here? Come on. Oh no, it was being blocked by the trapdoor. Alright, let's go back down here to our dirt pillar. And, nighttime again. Should have another moon coming out. That's no moon. Space station. No. And oh, that's going to be a good one. We'll look at it later. For the moment, we need to continue placing our leaves. So let's go underneath here now. And every place that we didn't place a glowberry, that's not on top of our head, we want to place a leaf block. Perhaps in this tutorial, those of you that have asked for the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, you perhaps understand why I don't have one of those yet. Because look how kind of long it's taken us to do the organics for just one of these. That's gonna, I mean, it's, you know, I want to do it. It's just I have to develop the building, and then I probably need to spend a year doing all the organics for it. And then spend another 10 years doing the tutorial series for it. I don't know. Maybe we might want to scale down our ambitions a little. Let's drop another one there. That's not too bad. All right, well, here's another moon. This one's interesting. It's more like, this is what I imagine Venus would look like if its atmosphere was stripped off. It's not quite a Mars planet. Not red enough. There is one of those in the pack, but it's quite nice. But yeah, this is kind of what Venus would look like if its atmosphere was stripped off. It's got that volcanic blasted surface all over it, I think. Let's continue on with leaf placing. Maybe you remember I said here the leaf placing is more an art form than... No, I don't want that one there. Come on. There we go. It's more an art form than just, you know, place here. Let's see, I don't want that one there either. Put there and there. And then here. And around there. All right, let's step back and take a look at that. That looks all right. Let's see. Some of our vines are growing without glowberries on them. I mean, of course they are. So let's just break those. I guess eventually I'll get more than... Here's one. See, this is why I've been breaking the vines. You can see we've got another glowberry. Down here, is there just one like that? Yes, of course there is. So we want to trim that one down. Back down. And let's trim that one all the way. That one too. But if you are tedious enough to do that enough, you should get more than one glowberry on a thing. I mean, you don't have to. It just looks... It adds a little bit more texture to that type of a build. Let's see. We need to do the other side of this. Right here. By the glow of the moonlight. Trying to do jumping block placements, it's always tricky. That looks all right. I think we can place some additional leaf blocks around there, though, for that stem. Let's see, let's continue over there. And come on. In here. Remember, we don't want to cover up just every block, just most of them. And maybe occasionally place some extras. All right. No. Come on. There we go. Another one below it, though. Right here. And over that way. I think probably another one there. And then maybe a couple more. No. Maybe right there for a stem. Just a random amount. I saw that zombie trying to jump over the wall. It's 2 blocks tall, though. Not getting in here. I closed the door this time. All right. So that's 2 full modules of those. And if we if we would stick around to let everything grow, we could walk underneath our vines. We can kind of do it here. It's going to be a little tricky. But you can also walk between them if you want to as well. And I don't have a hoe on me. No, I don't need a hoe for that. I just need a shovel, right? Yes. So we can make... how did that happen? Did I just shovel off some glowberries? I didn't know you could do that. Maybe you just have to hit them with anything. But let's try and, like, if we want to, we can work in a bit of a path. Underneath here, not like a straight path, but, you know, just like a little winding path. With like a shrubbery on either side. Actually, we could do that. We have some more, we do have more leaves. I mean, we could try and decorate the hat just a little bit. Right here. I think we would probably want to, of course, have a pathway between our gateways. Give you, you know, like a suggestion for people when they walk, if they want to take a tour of the vineyard. I probably shouldn't place too much of this. Some of this is going to get in the way of the next module, isn't it? Yeah, if they're only 3 apart. So we would want to have that. The like so. And we couldn't have it go too far over that way. Yeah, but if we wanted to have a little walkway underneath here to walk through our vineyard and pick our glowberries with our shovels somehow. You could probably have to hit it with anything. Let's just like try let's just try the shovel. Well, I don't want to break the glowberry. Not material to the tutorial today. But yeah, on the ground tier, if you also, I don't have any on me, but if you wanted to hit the ground with a bit of, maybe with a bit of bone meal, you could have some grass down here. I would probably just have only the grass though. I think I would just have only the short grass and not like break the flowers and the tall grass and leave the short grass. And just in little patches here and there. And I think that would add quite a lot of life to the build. Wait, didn't we get a bone from the skeleton I killed? No, we got rotten flesh. We got arrows from the... Well, it's daytime. Let's go to my storage area and procure a little bone meal. I want to see how that looks underneath the vineyard. So we're gonna get a very quick house tour. Not gonna show you everything. We want to do that in the future. Where's the bone meal? Bones. There it is. Bone meal. Oh, that's plenty. Just grab half a stack. This is my workshop, by the way. I've got my auto item sorter down there. We'll take a look at the house. Say hi to my cats while we're here. We will do the base tour some other time though. And yes, there will be a full tutorial, I hope, on my base in the future. It's part of the Roman series. Not yet, though. I still have a couple of rooms to finish, is why. Because it does have a full interior in it and everything. I still need to do the guest bedroom and a couple other places. But anyway, be that as it may. Let's come over here. Let's hit the ground. Bit of bone meal. Let's break all the flowers and the tall grass. Another patch here. Break the flowers and the tall grass. Another patch here. And then back down here. I wonder if the grass would prevent it from growing all the way to the bottom. That's an interesting thought. All right, that's enough to get the this one. That's enough to get the effect, I think. So if we're walking along our path down our vineyard, we have just nature and organics surrounding us everywhere. The grass freely wafting in the wind. See it waft? Very nice. That's why I like the shaders with this. So we can sit here in our vineyard, enjoy our glowberries and our glowberry wine, or our glowberry grape juice if you prefer, non-fermented. And just enjoy the grass and the breeze. And we can admire our work that we've done here in building our vineyard. Maybe another block there. And one hanging down. And we can slowly walk around it, you know. We can just enjoy the scenery, take a nice relaxing stroll in the vineyard. Which brings us to the end of the tutorial here. So as you can see, all this has been done on the Atheon SMP server, so there's no download attached to it, no materials list. You saw all the materials I used and all the blocks I placed and everything. So like I said, this is more of a process than a specific thing to follow. And it's pretty easy to follow, I think. So I don't think you'll have too much trouble, and I hope you will very much enjoy building out your version of your glowberry Roman vineyard. I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.